Dan, a 3-0 victory today, and then another clean sheet as well. A couple of new faces in the back line, but how important was it to get that clean sheet today?
I think it's massive, obviously that's now 2 clean sheets on the bounce. It's also numerous goals over the 2 games as well. I think we spoke about obviously the importance of putting the chances that we're creating away to kill off games, and now we're doing it. We're finally doing it, consistently over the last 2 games, which is good to see. I think we look solid at the back both games. Brandon's obviously done bits when he's needed to, sort of thing, so he's helped us be solid. But yeah, I think the back line has been fantastic tonight again, as it was on Saturday too.
Yeah, and I've got to ask, me and James were discussing, that's the 3rd red card in 3 straight games. Is that sort of a thing that you've looked at? Do you know that sort of players have got like a tendency to make bad tackles, and it's something you kind of play into, or is it just something that's happened?
For us, obviously, we prepare by ourselves. If other players lose their heads and cause challenges to get sent off, that's nothing that we've set up to try and do. We're bothered about how we play and the football we play. And if it happens, it's part of the game. I think it's just a coincidence that it's happened. Obviously, 2 games on the bounce. I think it's one of those where I think because of how well we're doing in those games and the way we're taking the game to the opposition, I think they are going to get frustrated, aren't they? And listen, that's on them. But from our perspective, all we're bothered about is playing the right football and doing the right things. Yeah, we'd never set up to try and get players sent off. That's not what we do. And I'm just really proud of how the players conducted themselves tonight, because it would have been easy for us to maybe get dragged into that and same on Saturday, but we all kept our heads and professional right to the end.
Yeah, then let's talk about the 2 new guys as well, the new signings. Obviously, Lee Vaughan, time as a pro at Cheltenham, but also a good friend of Liam Daly's. Is that sort of how that one came about?
I believe so, yeah. Obviously, Vaughan was at Moors as well. And I think that's where I know him from. And he did really well. He was solid, isn't he? He's really experienced and stuff. And he showed that, today when he came in, he just looked really solid. He fitted in nicely, which we knew he would. So really happy with that. And as I said, it was it's always tough when you're introducing players into the back line as well. And I thought both new additions did really well today.
Yeah, again, another new addition that we saw on Saturday, Caden May, not here today. Is that sort of through any particular reason, or?
I believe it's work, is what I've been told, yeah. So, yeah, I thought he was fantastic on Saturday as well. Took his goal really well, but I've been told it's work tonight. So.
Yeah, again, you touched on like adding players into sort of the back line. We haven't had any training sessions this week for the lads to sort of get to know each other. So obviously, Don Perkins literally come in, played 2 games with the lads, Vaughan again today. So how do you think the players have done to actually, get integrated within the team and sort of find out how each other are playing fairly quickly?
I think they've done really well, but as I said, I think that helps. They're so experienced, and they've come in and they've started in straight away. And the lads are class. Any players that come in, they could have been here for weeks, months, days, and all the lads will make them feel welcome. And those lads that have come in are experienced enough and have shown that they can easily fit into our system and how we want to play, and they can take on board all the messages we give them at the start, which is what we expected. And yeah, they did really well. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's been a challenge, because as I said, they're players that we trust and players that we know would have made an impact, and they have done.
Yeah, and finally, no game Saturday.
Yeah.
Training Thursday. Are we looking at an extra training session Saturday, or is it a resting the legs for Tuesday?
I think we're going to obviously train on Thursday, give the lads a bit of a rest on Saturday to go again obviously on Tuesday, which will be another competitive game. So that's the plan for the next week.
Yeah, just sort of touching on that game as well. Finally, what are your thoughts ahead of that one?
Yeah, listen, we can't be. You can't look at the league table, because anyone could beat anyone in this league. So we've got to prepare correctly, and like we said, focus on ourselves and the things we want to do, and the way we want to play, and hopefully the rest there will look after itself. But yeah, we'll treat it any other game, and prepare in the right way, and hopefully continue the run we've got going.
Well, Dan, cheers for your time, mate, and I'll see you Tuesday.
Thank you, mate.